Good morning, sisters. We're live. First day of the reset. Woo! Woo! So happy you're here. I'm telling you guys, this is early morning for your starchy sister, and it's 9:30 here. But I'm a slow goer in the morning. So I'm so happy you all joined me. For all of you morning birds, I was thinking maybe I'll just be on here alone. We'll see. But I see we have some sisters in the house, so that's exciting. Karen, welcome. Amy's here. Good morning. So glad you all could be here. Be sure to let us know in the comments, like where you're coming in from. Say hi, Starchy Sisters. Natasha's here. Good morning. Tamara's here. Healthy Connie's here. Anya's here. Nice to see you, sisters. I'm so glad you're here joining me for breakfast. So I had this wild idea that I would do 3 lives today. I thought we'd kick our August reset off together. So I'm going to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I always get shy, maybe not shy, but about sharing my food because it's like I eat the same thing every day, right? You guys, if you see my videos, you know it's nothing fancy's going on here. So a lot of you probably already know what I'm having for breakfast. But first, I just wanted to start off by coming back to center, taking a breath, and just appreciating that you all are here and that we are on this reset together. When I first started my journey, I never visioned what it would be, that I would find starchy sisters that are just like me, right? Having that weight loss struggle, wanting to move into whole food, plant-based, and just having the on again, off again, and just feeling done with all that, right? Done with the struggle, done with the on again, off again, just done with it and ready to move into our most healthy, vibrant life. Like I knew I wasn't alone, but you know how that is when you're feeling so down, you feel like you're the only one going through it. And so it's just a gift to me that we are moving into this together because that's how I started my journey, right? The 30 days. It was desperation, you guys. And sometimes I feel, I don't know, I feel bad, I guess, because I say 100% and, I was 100% all the time and all of that. And I want to tell you why really quick. Because it was literally, oh, here your starchy sister goes, okay. It was literally like I picture myself in a cavern, like between huge boulder rocks. And it's like Dr. McDougall's Starch Solution was like a rope that I was holding on to and climbing up out of this deep depth hole of darkness I was in. And the reason I was able to follow 100%, you guys, was because I knew if I let go of that rope, I'd fall back down and be back down at the bottom of that dark cavern again. I couldn't let go for dear life. Honestly, I could not let go. And that is why, for me, being able to follow it 100% for those first 30 days and beyond it was like I had no other choice. I really felt that way. I had no other choice. And I do want to say, if that's not the case for you, it can still be done, right? We come at it from different starting places, but regardless, once we grab onto that lifeline, we are all holding on tight. And so that is what this is about. That is our 30-day reset, right? We're getting on it, we're holding on, and we're holding on tight. And each meal is just one little grip at a time, getting us higher and higher toward what? Toward our most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. Because on the other side of that rope is the life that we vision for ourselves. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're here. Let me look in the chat. No one's here with me except the dog. So hopefully we don't have any dog shenanigans go on. Starchy husband's getting ready to do Meals on Wheels. So he's going to be out the door. Hi, Debbie. Hi, SG. Welcome. Nancy B. Welcome. JJ. Yes. Becky. Love that you're here, sister. Renee's here. Love it. Kim's here. Keep calm and eat potatoes. Good morning, you guys. I'm so happy you're here. So happy you're here. So I was inspired by my dear friend Ellen at Ellen's Healthy Kitchen. I moderated for her live yesterday, which is so fun, you guys, because I get to be on the other side, like not on the camera side, but the other side. And she did these self-care cards, which I loved. And I've been wanting to share this on one of my videos because it's part of my morning ritual, my morning routine. When I meditate, then I pick a daily angel card, and I have a little rock in my room that I set it on. So I thought I would pick an angel card for us for our first day. And then I was thinking I might just pick one every day and post it. Like, what are the little angel cards telling us for our 30-day reset? So I'll just take a little breath, and you all take one with me. And come back to ourselves. And I have to tell you, I always have a hope of what the angel cards will say, and it never says the one I'm hoping for. Okay, let's see. I'm a spirit girl, you guys, so I love this one. Awakening. Awakening. I mean, we can just think about what that means to us, but to me, awakening to our true selves, awakening to the life we want to live, awakening to our most healthy, vibrant, energetic selves, taking the blinders off, right? It's being lifted. We are awakening to the truth of who we are, and we are moving toward that. And we are doing that one meal, one moment, one day at a time. We don't have to think about the whole thing. We just stay awakened in each moment. I love it. So this is our daily angel card. I'm going to put it right here on the computer to remind me. And with that, I wanted to say, I have that side of me, right? I have that warrior side, that warrior woman, and I also have that soft love side. And that soft love side is here today. She is all here. The starchy love, Shauna. And I just want to say that no matter what, you deserve more love, not less. No matter what. No matter how crabby you show up, how tired you get, how much, whatever arises, you guys, you deserve more love, not less. And I have been on this journey back to myself, back to finding self-love for, I call it the work, doing the work on ourselves, right? Looking in the mirror, loving ourselves. I have been doing this for years. And one of the big teachers that I love is Louise Hay. You Can Heal Your Life. She has beautiful affirmations in here. But the one thing I really love that she taught me is mirror work. And I just want to say, as we go on this journey, if you could just do this for yourself every day, just look in the mirror. And I know this is hard. I taught yoga for 13 years, and I helped women come back to loving themselves. Let's just say it that way. And I know it can be difficult. So just the practice of looking in your eyes in the morning and just saying, I love you, Shauna. I love you. I love you. And put your name in there. And then I even learned that's Louise Hay, and this is Shauna saying, I say, give yourself a hug. I love hugging myself, you guys. I put one hand on one shoulder, one on the other, and I just say, I love you, Shauna. I love you. Because why? We deserve more love, not less. We've been taught in our society, many of us have this scarcity mentality around love. And I'm just here to bust through that. Like, as we nourish ourselves with this food, we are loving ourselves, you guys. So that's the physical part of it. So now let's bring in the emotional part too. Let's love ourselves through this 30 days. Let's show up 100% for ourselves with the most loving heart we can and be here for ourselves. Okay, I love it. Let me see what my chats are saying. Anna's awake. I love it. Love those hearts, you guys. Perfect. Yes. Beth in Sarasota. Beth, you should just come over one time, sister. We can do a live together. She's so close to me. Beth and Anya can come over and we can do a live. The other thing I do, and then we'll get to the food. The other thing I do when I lay in bed this morning, I say my Thich Nhat Hanh little saying, waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully present in each moment and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. And looking at all beings, you guys, that means us too, looking at ourselves with compassion. And it's just, when I say that in the mornings before I get out of bed, it's just that reminder to come back to the present moment, come back to myself, be compassionate, because we're all doing the best we can, including me, and love ourselves through every single minute of it. So that's how we're going to go into these 30 days with so much self-love for ourselves. And that's how we do it, right? We show up and we feed ourselves this nourishing, yummy food. I love it. Nothing says love to me like this food. I'm telling you guys, nothing. I eat like this and I am like, oh my gosh, I love eating this way. I love showing up this way. It's love for my cells. It's same for you. I know it. Love for ourselves, love for our whole body. So on the menu this morning, let me get my glasses. I just want to see, let me check the time. Okay. Welcome, welcome, sisters. I'm so glad you're here. Just for those who are joining us, let me see. Okay. It's just easier if I have it on my little phone stand here on my, because then I can see all the starchy sisters who are here. Yes. Miss Angie Baby, cute, from Pennsylvania. I love it. Mary Jo, happy to be here. Yes, Lynette. Love that. Please say that every time you have a live. Tell me, Lynette, the waking up, that's from Thich Nhat Hanh. Waking up this morning, I smile. I love it. And just a reminder, our card for our awakening, for our day is awakening, our angel card. All right, let's get to the yummy food, because I could stay on here all day, you guys. You know me. I get to talking, you get me to talking, and I'm on here for hours, and I have different starchy sisters coming in and out. So I'll get to the food, and then I wanted to share two kind of one inspirational thing and then another thing. So I already heated up my oats. So let me get this to a point where you all can see my down here. Yeah. So I've heated up my oats. I pre-made oats. I thought I was going to get all fancy on you guys. And I thought, oh, I'll just cook with the oats fresh. But you know what? I pre-batch cooked my oats already with the zucchini and the cauliflower in here. And one thing I want to say about that, you guys, you're meeting me, in my videos, it shows what I've eaten all along. But for those of you who see me now, like, I was not eating this much cauliflower and zucchini in my oatmeal. So when I first started I didn't even have any vegetables in my oatmeal. Like, I would hear Chef AJ say, oh my gosh, she eats all these vegetables or whatever. And I would be like, I cannot eat that much vegetables. And so I didn't start with that. And then I started with a half cup, and I was like, I cannot do that much cauliflower in there. It tastes like cauliflower. And so it was a slow progression. I put it down to a fourth a cup because I trusted the sisters out there on YouTube who said you won't even taste it. And they were right. And so now I'm up to a cup to my half cup of oats, but it's taken the palate a while to get there. Okay, that's Belle. Belle says hi. So here's my oatmeal. Yummy, yummy. And then I grated up my carrots because y'all know I have to have my carrots. And this was 2 halves. It was the heavier or the bigger half of the carrots. And so I'll put those in. And I like to put my carrots in and then mix it up. I mean, this is so good. I could just be happy over oatmeal every single, well, I am, right? I am every single day. And be sure to put in the comments what you're eating for breakfast this morning, you guys. I'd love to hear it because one thing I'm realizing is that not everybody loves or can eat oatmeal. So what I'm finding really interesting is all the different grains that Starchy Sisters use. So let me know what you're eating for breakfast. I know it takes a minute for the chat to go through. Starchy husband was telling me that. He's like, you're talking too fast. No Starchy Sisters have a chance to type anything in. So let me know what you're eating for breakfast. And then also let me know if you've tried a different grain for breakfast. So you can just put one word like barley, brown rice, something like that, because I want to start doing that. I want to try a different grain to see how it tastes. Then once I have mine stirred up, then I like to put the cinnamon in before I put the apple because I like to get the cinnamon mixed up. Oh my gosh, and the cinnamon smells so good. And I just eyeball it. I like a good amount because I do like the cinnamon taste, but I don't like to overdo it to where it's like has that dry taste on my tongue. All right, so yum, so nutritious. And I think I said about the cauliflower in my oatmeal, but I have zucchini in there too. I put a whole zucchini in for 4 servings that this turned out to be. And so here's my oats with the carrots, the zucchini, the cauliflower. I'll set that to the side. And I am loving these Cosmic Crisp apples, you guys. I eat a whole apple every single morning. And sometimes if I'm feeling sweet, I'll give a little share with the pups, the 4 dogs. But if I'm not and I'm hungry, I'm eating this whole thing. And I get bags of these at Costco, and I will, I'll search around because some of them are so small. It's like, I need a big apple. You know, your Starchy sister can eat. So I want some food. And then I just cut it up in little bite-sized pieces because I like to have I don't like to have to work too hard once it's in the bowl. And these Cosmic Crisp apples, they're like, I don't know if you all have had them. Okay, let me see. Oatmeal with chia seeds, flax, berries, apples, carrots, overnight oats and berries, oatmeal with cauliflower. Yes. Steel cut oats, cauliflower, apple. A lot of oatmeals. Tamara asked, what's my measurement for cooked oats? Oatmeal with cauliflower, red lentils. That's my Starchy sister, Ellen, too. She does the red lentils, Becky. I tried it once. You all are, my palate's not used to that yet because the red lentils were a little grainy to me. But if I'm motivated to do it, I'll try it again. I'm sure I know I can get used to it. JJ, the Cosmic Crisp apples. Oh, Jillian from Australia. It's almost midnight. Woohoo, sister. Welcome. We have the night crew. That would be me up at midnight watching. Love the night crew. We get some of us little night owls. We like it. We like to stay up late at night. All right. So I don't get distracted. I want to say my oatmeal measurement. I do a 1/2 cup of dry oats. This is 1 serving, 1/2 cup of dry oats, 1 cup of cauliflower, and probably for 1 serving, I do like 1/4 to 1/2 of zucchini. But the zucchini gets watery, so I don't add too much zucchini because I don't like my oatmeal watery. And I don't want it to taste like zucchini either. Like, I really want my oatmeal to taste like oatmeal. So this is, like I said in the beginning, it was working up to getting, and I make sure that I cook this oatmeal a long time, you guys, enough time so that the cauliflower taste is out, because I don't want my oatmeal tasting like vegetables. I want it to taste like oatmeal. And that's what I found. The longer I cook it, and I'll even add more water. I mean, I do probably for one serving, it probably ends up being eventually like 2 cups of water, because I'll add more and more water. I start out with a cup to a cup and a half, and then I add more as I go, because I want to make sure that cauliflower taste and that zucchini taste go out. So, and there you have it. I love it. My big bowl of oats. I'm going to bring you closer now. Yum. I have to take a little bite. And then I do want to say, so this, I have these. Suzanne's here. Welcome, sister. I have my apples. So I have 4 little side pieces, because I don't do the side pieces. I don't put these in. I just like the middle parts in my apple. So with the side pieces, sometimes I'll just make my bowl look fancy, and I'll put them in the side of the bowl like this, and I'll eat it as I go, because I eat the whole apple. And then with the carrots, I'll cut these up in little pieces. If I have extra carrots, I'll give some to the dogs, and then I'll eat the rest in the morning. And if I'm not hungry enough to eat all this with the carrots, then I put it in a little container and I save it for later. And that's what I'm really getting good at, you guys, of not like, of really listening to those hunger fullness cues, so that when I have, even if it's just a little bit, I have those little glass containers that I'll put it in and save it for later. I'm just really practicing with that, because I can be one that forces, and forcing is a strong word. It doesn't take much for me to continue to eat. So I'll just continue to eat until it's all gone and I'm overstuffed, and I don't want to feel that way anymore. I'm really practicing listening to my body and what full, comfortably satiated feels like. And so saving that little bit really helps me. And I'm good about it. Like if I save it, I'll come back. Even if it's an hour later, a half hour later, if I start feeling like, okay, I'm getting a little hungry, then I'll come back to it. And I'll eat it for a little snack in the morning. So yeah, listening to those hunger fullness cues is really, really important, and getting that down. So let's see what's going on here. Oat groats with berries, yum, spinach, banana smoothie, all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, be sure if you guys have any questions or any thoughts, put the 3 questions in question marks in front of it, like Carol did. Hi, Carol. She said, so that's ½ cup oatmeal and 1 cup cauliflower. Yes, sister, that's my measurements that I do. But remember, this was a building up to, so it took a little while to get here. Now that we're all on, this is why it's so nice to, it's so nice for me to make notes, because I have all these thoughts to tell you guys, like these troubleshooting things. And then I get on here and it's like, my mind just goes blank. I'm just so happy to be here with you all. So, but hopefully some will come back to me. So Suzanne was going to have oatmeal. She's not in the mood. So she made a baby potato, onion, and spinach hash. Ooh, I'd be interested to see what that is. Spinach hash. Probably with the potato, right, sister? Oh, I love those heart, sisters, with 2 tempeh strips I had in the fridge. Yummy. I love a savory breakfast. Mary Jo, do you have a hunger scale when you check in with yourself? Do you mean like a written, like something that is like on a piece of paper, Mary Jo? Let me know, because I don't know about that. All I know is that I listen to like my body, and I kind of feel when I feel full. I just feel like this is enough. If I'm over full, I know like I can't eat anymore. Then it's like, I don't feel like eating. So I guess it's a feeling in the body, but it's also part of the hunger drive. Like the hunger's no longer there. I don't feel like eating anymore. No, not on paper, but like I'm about about a 3 could eat. Oh, okay. So like you do it on a scale of 1 to 10. Nice. I like that, sister. So 10 would be ravenous. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, welcome, sister. Um, so 10 would be ravenous, 1 would be not hungry at all, right? Yes, love it. That's a good idea because I feel like I never allow myself to get to a 10, right? Because that could be trouble days. And then yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have to try that out. So when I put my oatmeal away, I would say I'm probably about a 3, right? I would say I'm a 2 or a 3 because I just get to that point to where it's like, no, like 1 being totally stuffed and I can't eat another bite. I'd say when I'm really paying attention to my hunger fullness cues, I really try to stop at about a 3 so that I can put that little bit away and have it later if I need to. All right, so this is my breakfast. I'm going to take a bite with you all here. Are you all excited for the reset? This has been, a long time coming, and I just feel such gratitude to share it with you all. Oh my gosh. So good. So good, you guys. I've thought about doing a video like on mindful eating, but then I thought, what? It's just going to be me eating quietly. And I don't know how many people would find that interesting. We'll see. Or we can all meet on live and mindful eat together. It's just a different experience, right? When we're totally present for our food, feel the food going down the throat into the body. It's just like I can feel it nourishing my body. I have my big glass of water here, of course. Super excited. So proud of you and this channel. Beautiful journey, sister. Thank you, Lisa. Becky, so excited. She loves the rope analogy. I really feel this is the time for food freedom. Thank you for saying that, Becky. That's one thing I find for all of us, right? We just really want this sense of food freedom. And we're getting to this more nuanced definition of food freedom, right? My 20-year-old self would have thought food freedom was going to any fast food place I could go to, eating anything I want, and being as skinny as I can be. And that is not the case for me anymore. Food freedom is being completely healthy, strong, embodied in this body exactly as it is, and nourishing myself with the food that nourishes that healthy, vibrant, energetic state, and not having that pull to those unhealthy foods that do not support me living my most healthy, vibrant life. That to me is food freedom, because when that pull is no longer happening, then my mind doesn't even go there, you guys. We're just moving forward. This is just delight in a bowl. And this is all I want. I'm not thinking about that other stuff. It's a freedom of the mind. And that's what it is. And that's what we want, right? It's so much more. It's the food, and it's so much more than the food. I love it. Okay. Health-wise freedom. Yep. All right. I wanted to read this to you guys. I took a picture of it. So that's what I do. I take a picture of y'all's comments so I can share it. So Smidge Cat said in my Lean Greens video, she said, for the last couple of weeks, I have been dipping my toe into Starch Solution and following it 80% of the time. Listen to this, you guys. This should give you fuel for your fire. I can feel the weight falling off. Woke up this morning craving greens, sat here with a bowl of kale and spinach cooked the way you recommended here for breakfast. Lovely. Thank you. Like, This happens, you guys. It's a natural byproduct of eating this way. The weight will fall off. It will start releasing. And I wanted to say that I touched on this a little bit without saying it specifically, but I had a comment in the Facebook group that made me want to bring it up here today. So one of the Starchy sisters was saying about Dr. Furman and Dr. McDougall. And that is exactly how I was. I was trying to follow Dr. Furman and Dr. McDougall because I loved the creamy, fatty dressings and I loved the starches. Put those two together, and I was a happy camper in my mind, right? In my body, how I felt, the extra weight I was carrying, I was not happy. And I would eat these huge salads with, I mean, it must have been at least 1,000 calories in that salad, you guys. Nuts, seeds, nut dressing, like the whole deal. Flax, chia, like all the healthy stuff, everything I would throw in my huge salad. I would eat that every single day. And I was still, 55 or even more pounds overweight. I don't even feel like when I weighed initially, it was my heaviest weight, but I never would lose the weight. And it wasn't until I made that commitment, I just cut out all the noise and I said, I am following this 100%. Dr. McDougall's my guy. I'm sticking with it because for me, and I know everyone's not like this, I love Dr. Furman and the nutritarian lifestyle. And for me, I needed something more satiating. Those potatoes, rice, beans, like all that stuff, I needed that more on a regular basis. And so to me, that felt more satiating and I could give up the nut creamy dressings and cleanse my palate and all of that. So if that's ever been you, like it's time to just jump on the one wagon and we're following it like that rope, right? We're following it all the way to the end. So I love it. I just wanted to share that with you because this starchy sister, right? She even said she is doing it 80% and she can already feel the weight falling off. It depends where we're coming from. What's our start point? Many of us who have been on this whole food, plant-based in and out journey, like that was me. And I was like, no, I have to do it 100%. Like, I don't even think I can lose weight anymore. I've done the diet, weight loss struggle, tried every diet. I don't know if my body will lose it if I just do partial. I have to go all in. So I hope you're with me, sisters. I know if you're here, you're with me. If you are watching the replay, be sure to put where you're watching from. We're so excited that you're here. And I'll check in the comments one more time. I want to, let me see. I have another thing to do. Sorry, another question about oats. I cooked my steel cut oats. You don't have to apologize, sister. I love talking food. With rice cauliflower for this week. I'm not sure how to portion it for the week. Okay, so Tamara, this is what I did. I learned this from a starchy sister who is actually she's actually here today or was here earlier. And she's, her and I did coaching together. So she taught me, which I have to tell you, I learned so much from you all that I love. So what she did was she made the big batch of oats and then she would just start with the 1 cup scoop and she'd have her 3 bowls or 4 bowls and she'd do 1 cup in each bowl. And then she'd do, like a half a cup in each bowl until it was all gone to make sure that each bowl had enough. And then you kind of get an idea so that the next time you cook it, you either cook more or less. So for me, I've got it down to where mine does 4 servings and they're 2 cups each. And the way that I do that is I do 2.5 cups of oats, a whole bag of frozen, let me get it. A whole bag of frozen cauliflower. I'd have to look on the original package. This is from Costco. It comes in a big pack. I put a whole bag of this in and a whole bag of a whole zucchini, sometimes 1.5 zucchini into the pot. And that to me makes 4 2-cup servings for me to put in those dishes to have pre-prepped. I hope that answers the question, sister. And I wonder too with still cut oats, because we're using the bigger oats, I'm using those now, the rolled oats, that I think it's more bulky, right, than the still cut. I think if I did the still cut, I would have less volume. That's my thinking about it. I know Amy did the still cut. Do you think you have less volume, sister, with the still cut than with the rolled oats? So just say in the chat, you guys, what you think. Boss man, howdy. Is this a starchy sister, boss man? So I know some starchy sisters use their husband's or their partner's thing, whatever, the handle. You're welcome, Tamra. And then, Karen said, really nice job on the restart guide, Shauna. Thank you, sister. Yes, I put it together myself. It ain't nothing fancy, y'all, but it's, it has the information we need. It has a few prompts on there. So if you do want the new reset guide, it's already in the description box down below. And I find, I don't know how to do it on the back end. It goes to my spam folder. I just have to go to spam and get it out of there. And if you have so much trouble getting it, you can just email directly and I'll send it to you. starchyshauna@gmail.com. But try the other way first, because eventually I am going to start doing emails. Like I would like to send out email blasts, just so we can stay connected that way too. Carol, that's cauliflower or cauliflower rice? Thank you, Carol, for the clarification. This is riced cauliflower. Riced cauliflower. So I only use the riced cauliflower. I don't use fresh cauliflower. I use the frozen because to me, the fresh is still a big cauliflowery taste. Something about the riced cauliflower, it's just less pungent. And it just, when I cook it longer, the pungency or the cauliflowery taste goes out of it. So I find that with baking cauliflower too. So I don't know, maybe I would try not real cauliflower, but whole cauliflower. I'm thinking the longer it cooks, regardless the cauliflower, the pungency of the taste is less and less. Because when I bake it in the oven, I bake it for 30 minutes and it doesn't have that huge cauliflowery taste. Right? Oh yeah, I want my veggies as long as they don't taste like veggies. It's really not like that, you guys. I do like the taste of veggies now. I just have to laugh at myself. It's funny. Cooking all the taste out of my veggies. Do you eat your oats with fruits like blueberries and bananas? Tamra, that's how I used to eat my, I go in phases, sister. So I really love blueberries. And since I eat my sorbet in the evening, I get my blueberry fix in there. And I'm just really loving the apples. So this is my breakfast today. It's my Cosmic Crisp apples, carrots, and I eat that whole apple. So that's what I'm loving right now. But I do love bananas too. Like I can get all fruity. Yes, I love it all. I love it all. Looks amazing. Thank you, sister. So we're doing it, you guys. We are stepping on this 30-day reset. I'm going to be here for lunch and dinner. So definitely pop on if you can and say hi for lunch and dinner. I did want to say, so one last thing. Let me take a drink of water. I was trying to think of examples for this, like to come up with analogies. And I've shared with you all, Starchy husband was active duty military for 25 years. I was active duty for 2 years. We met in the Army, and then I got out and had the babies, and he stayed in. And he deployed to like war zones or battle zones 4 times throughout his career. He went on peacekeeping missions, and he was, had several times where he wasn't in the house. Like he'd go off for training or whatever, just all kinds of things. And there would be like this big, like getting ready for it, right? The preparation, like packing, getting all that stuff, talking about it. They'd have meetings, they'd get, pumped about going and all of this stuff. And on the other side of that, I was having my experience, right? The military spouse, getting things ready to go, helping him prepare, talking to the kids about it, getting that side of the house ready. Like it was all about this preparation. And the energy of it felt different, you guys. Gives me chills. But then the day would come. He would leave the house. Can bring tears to my eyes. And we'd go, if it was a deployment to a danger zone, they'd have like a send off or whatever. This is just a side note. Him and I still have this vision. Our daughter she must have just been weeks old. And he was deployed to go to Iraq in 1990. This was a long time ago. To the very first Iraq desert storm. And I was just standing there with this little baby in my arms and just watching the bus carrying him away. We were 20 years old. I mean, we were so young. And just that feeling, though, of like preparing all this, getting ready. And then once he was gone, there was this quiet, just absolute quiet. And that's what happens. We do all the preparing. And then the day comes, like here we are, we're here for our reset. And there's this quietness of us being here with ourselves. And within that quiet, each time throughout the years, however many times he was gone, within that quiet, I had the opportunity to decide for myself what I was going to do with that time, how I was going to show up for myself, how I was going to treat myself. And I have found such solace and comfort in that silence, you guys, in that quiet, because it's the place where we come back to ourselves. It's our true north that brings us back to this way of eating, because you're here for a reason. You are here because you've heard plant-based doctors, because you've heard this lifestyle and it resonated with you on a deeper level. That's why I'm here, right? Or else this palate would be eating fast food every day. But I know that there is a better way. And that is found within that still small voice inside, within that quietness within you. You all have felt it. That's why you're here. And that's why you're doing the reset. And I just want to remind you that when the going gets tough, if it does, for some of you, it may not. I love that for you. But for me, I had those tough moments, when I was craving that nut dressing. And when the going gets tough, just pause. I see starchy husband going off to his thing, and me, quiet, connecting in with that still small voice. And she's still here. That 20-year-old to the 55-year-old, that same still small voice is within me, guiding me to my true north. But we just have to get quiet enough to listen. And so I just want to remind you, sisters, as we embark on this journey together, we deserve more love, not less. We can get quiet with ourselves. We can look at ourselves in the mirror every day and love ourselves to pieces. and connect in with the quietness within so that we can move forward and get over any of those hurdles that are keeping us from our most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. We can do it. All right, I have to make a promise. I'm not going to cry at every live. Like I can't make that promise, I guess. It just happens for me, sisters. Oh my gosh. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. All right. So I'm going to look on here and say see what else is going on. Aw, thank you for your service. You're so welcome, sister. Carol said, "Oh, Carol, you were there too, sister. Wow, maybe you and Starchy husband served together in the same place. That's interesting." Thank you, Elise. I appreciate you, sister. Yeah, Dee's here. She's in Florida. Love it. We'll watch the replay. And just thinking, I was trying to think of different analogies. For me, that resonates with me, right? That is something deep in my heart that I pull from those experiences from our military career and all of that. But I was thinking about Starchy sisters, maybe that are runners, right? Or have been runners in the past, like that excitement to get going. And then once you start running, it's just you out there running. Or when we have a baby, right? We have our baby, all that excitement to have a baby, everyone's coming around, and eventually everyone leaves, and it's just you and that little baby. Like there's a quietness that happens. And that's what's happening for us now, right? We've had the prep, we're getting excited, we're all motivated, and then there will come a time when that quiet comes. And I love that for you, sisters. Connecting in to ourselves, living in a space of awakening so that we can move forward and live our most healthy, vibrant, energetic life. All right, I could keep talking. I'm going to stop here because I'm hungry. I am hungry. I want to eat my breakfast, and I will be back here for lunch at 1:30. If you're available, pop in, say hi, give some starchy love. We're doing this together, sisters. And I love that because I felt so alone on my journey for so long that to do it with you all feels like a big hug every single day. When I hug myself now, I feel all of you hugging me too. All of it. I feel it all. And I'm doing that for each one of you. So go enjoy your breakfast. I'll be back here for lunch, and let's get this party started. 30 days. We've got this, sister. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Sisters, we've got this. I love you. I believe in you. And we are on this road together. I can't believe it. I have chills. We're doing it together, you guys. Like that makes me so happy. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah. So much love. I'll see you for lunch for those who can make it. Thank you for all the hearts. Yes. See you at lunch. Chopping. Love it. I love you guys.